Hello, my beloved. Well. We are on our liberation path. When we believe to be a body, which we are not, separate from God and separate from all others, we are not aware that with our own thoughts, we are imprisoning us in that body like a death cell, and that we are constantly projecting out images, mortal images, limited images, all meant to die. In this way, with our own thoughts, beloved, holy child of God, we are making up the hell for us and for everyone. This is really heavy, and there's only one escape: to liberate the mind from all those images, to realize there's nothing you want in this world. The only thing you really want is to be free. But there is that very stupid idea that death gives liberation. No. Only the truth sets us free. And the truth is God is, and we are in Him. Safe, unlimited, beautiful, created by Him, in His love arms, protected. And that's where we go to. Okay, today's lesson, number 13, is very clearly the following from yesterday. I'm upset because I see a meaningless world today. A meaningless world engenders fear. Sure. All I see here, I can lose, can attack me, and this imprison me in an identification which I'm not. But the real cause why I'm so much in fears, I made up this world practically as an attack against God and the truth. So I want to read this lesson to you, and listen carefully. It's very important to understand. Slowly our mind is opening up and understands the deep truth behind it. A meaningless world engenders fear. Today's idea is really another form of the perceiving one, except that it is more specific as to the emotion aroused. Actually, a meaningless world is impossible. Nothing without meaning exists. Nothing without meaning exists. However, it does not follow that you will not think you perceive something that has no meaning. On the contrary, you will be particularly likely to think you do perceive it. Recognition of meaninglessness arouses intense anxiety in all separated ones. It's very important. We live here in fear when we believe to be separate. It represents a situation in which God and the ego challenge each other as to whose meaning is to be written in the empty space that meaninglessness provides. The ego rushes in frantically to establish its own ideas here, fearful that the void may otherwise be used to demonstrate its own impotence and unreality. And on this alone, it is correct. Ego isn't real. Ego hasn't even happened. The world doesn't exist. It is essential, therefore, that you learn to recognize the meaninglessness and accept it without fear. Just to look around, it's nothing, it's nothing. If you are fearful, it is certain that you will endow the world with attributes that it does not possess, and crowd it with images that do not exist. My ideas I project. To the ego, illusions are safety devices, as they must also be to you who equate yourself with the ego. Then we keep to those images, because we want to keep our speciality as a person in that world. The exercises for today, which should be done about 3 or 4 times, for not more than a minute or so, at most each time, are to be practiced in a somewhat different way from the preceding ones. With eyes closed, repeat today the idea to yourself, a meaningless world engenders fear, and then open your eyes and look about slowly, saying, I'm looking on a meaningless world. So you close your eyes and repeat a meaningless world engenders fear. Then you open and you look slowly around and repeat that thought, I'm looking at a meaningless world. Repeat the statement to yourself as you look about. Then you close your eyes and conclude with the idea, a meaningless world engenders fear, because I think that I'm in competition with God. A meaningless world engenders fear, because I think that I am in competition with God. You may find it difficult to avoid resistance in one or the other to this concluding statement. Whatever form such resistance may take, remind yourself that you are really afraid of such a thought because of the vengeance of the enemy. You are not expected to believe the statement at this point, and will probably dismiss it as preposterous. Note carefully, however, any sign of avert or convert fear which it may arouse. This is our first attempt in stating an explicit cause and effect relationship of a kind which you are very inexperienced in recognizing. Do not dwell on the concluding statement, and try not even to think of it except during the practice periods. That will suffice at present. Well, well. A meaningless world engenders fear. Yes. How was my exercise, I'm asked. Well, surprising, to tell the truth. It was surprising because before I did the exercise, I went in beautiful thoughts to open my mind to the reality which I am in God. That beautiful, unlimited child, pure, whole, holy, one with everyone, one with God. And I felt very peaceful and joyful. And then when I started with the lesson, a meaningless world engenders fear, and looked about, I literally felt that with those pictures I'm looking at, I practically imprisoned myself to be that figure. So I could sense that everything I made up here is practically making me to a person, to an ego. And that awareness to be that person, that ego, sitting here in an apartment looking around a meaningless world engenders fear, practically was fearsome. So I recognized in that exercise When I identify with this body, I'm in fear. I'm in fear. And even the gallbladder was arousing pains, and I have nothing. Can you change it in a second? Jesus is asking me. Yes. I'm not a body. I'm not a body. This world isn't real. I'm the unlimited holy child of God, living in the Father. Ask yourself, he says, is that true? Is that true? Yes. Ah, what a liberation. What a liberation. Beloved brother, let us do those exercises. And that thought, a meaningless world engenders fear, because I think that I'm in competition to God. Yes. This is so extremely fearsome. When I believe in the reality of this world, I'm sitting on the throne of God, making up a world with my own thoughts and telling myself, this is real, but this is real, this computer is real, everything around is real. With every thought that this is real, I torture myself. It's torture, beloved ones. When we want to be happy, we can't be happy in this world. It's impossible. There cannot be any peace and not any happiness. We've got to liberate us from all the false images and really accept that we are whole and holy in God as God created us. And this training helps us, step by step, step by step. It's really, really necessary. Otherwise we are stuck. And we search for happiness where we never can find it. God created us happy. Okay, my love, do your exercise. Just do it. It's a preparation to open the door, to open the curtain, to see what is really there. The world we made up is just hell. Meaningless. And we let it go. Wonderful.